However, they are eventually defeated and he is exiled to the desert of Ahm Shere. Dying, the king vows to give Anubis his soul in return for the power to defeat his enemies. He accepts, conjuring an oasis and golden pyramid, and giving the king an army of jackal-like warriors to conquer Egypt. However, once his task is finished, Anubis claims his soul, and the army is returned to the underworld. In 1933 AD, 9 years after the defeat of Imhotep, Rick O'Connell and his wife, Evelyn, explore ancient ruins with their son, Alex, finding the Bracelet of Anubis. In London, Alex plays with the bracelet, which locks onto his wrist, showing him visions that lead to Ahm Shere. Evelyn is attacked and captured by a cult who resurrect Imhotep with the Book of the Dead. They wish to use his power to defeat the king, which would give them command of Anubis's army. The cult, led by museum curator Baltus Hafez, includes enforcer Lok Na and Mila Nise, the physical reincarnation of Imhotep's love Anck Sunaman. Rick and Alex set out to rescue Evelyn with the help of her brother Jonathan, who had gotten his hands on a golden scepter, and the Medjay Ardith Bey, who has returned to help them. Rick frees Evelyn before she is sacrificed and they fight against Imhotep. Meanwhile, Alex is kidnapped and forced to lead the cult with the bracelet. The O'Connells pursue them with Rick's associate Izzy. En route, Alex secretly leaves clues for his parents, who follow in Izzy's dirigible. Imhotep uses the Book of the Dead to restore Anck Sunaman's soul into Mila's body. By doing so, he unwittingly allows Evelyn to unlock the memories of her previous life as Princess Nefertiri, the bracelet's keeper and Pharaoh Seti I's daughter. At the edge of the oasis, Imhotep realizes that they are being pursued by Rick and uses his powers to attack the dirigible, causing it to crash into the oasis's jungle. Izzy chooses to stay behind to repair the dirigible. The O'Connells, Ardith, Alex, and the cult are eventually attacked by pygmy mummies. Rick retrieves Alex while Ardith kills Lok Na. They escape from the pygmies, who kill all of the cult members except for Hafez, Imhotep, and Anck Sunaman. Rick and Alex race to the pyramid before the sunlight reaches it, saving Alex's life and allowing the bracelet to release from his hand. Anck Sunaman, Imhotep, and Hafez then arrive and kill Evelyn before entering the pyramid. Inside the pyramid, Imhotep loses his powers and is forced to face the king as a mortal. Hafez uses the bracelet to conjure Anubis's army, which appears in the desert outside of the oasis. Rick finds Imhotep summoning the king and attacks him. The king, now an enormous scorpion monster, interrupts the fight. Imhotep tricks him into attacking Rick. Outside, Ardith and the Medjay battle Anubis's resurrected army. While Rick and the king fight, Hafez is caught in the melee and dies. Meanwhile, Jonathan and Alex steal the Book of the Dead from Anck Sunaman and use it to resurrect Evelyn. Rick discovers hieroglyphs explaining that Jonathan's scepter is the mystic spear of Osiris, the only weapon capable of killing the king. Meanwhile, Evie fights with Anck Sunaman. Aided by Jonathan, Rick gets the spear and uses it to slay the king, sending him and the army of Anubis back into the underworld. As the oasis begins to implode and the pyramid crumbles, Rick and Imhotep cling to the ledge of a pit that leads to the underworld. Rick implores Evelyn to escape, but she risks her life to pull him to safety. Seeing this, Imhotep pleads for Anck Sunamun to do the same, but she abandons him. Heartbroken, Imhotep looks at Rick and Evie before letting go and plummeting into the underworld. While fleeing, Anck Sunamun inadvertently falls into a pit of scorpions and dies. Izzy then arrives with a repaired dirigible and rescues the O'Connells just before the oasis and the pyramid are destroyed, though not before Jonathan swipes a diamond. They depart into the sunset, with Ardith saluting them before riding off.